Ta-da!
Ta-da! Oh my God. All right, it's finally here. Welcome to Southern Clique Confessions, where we are just three ladies who love weddings, talk about weddings and photography and videography, and that's pretty much it. So if that's kind of what you're into, hang out with us for about an hour and talk about weddings and stuff.
And heavy on the and stuff.
And stuff, yes, definitely. Little disclaimer, this is probably not going to be a family show, I would say. It's probably going to, there's probably going to be some
Potty words.
Yeah, it's probably going to come at one of those warning labels that used to be on like the rap CDs.
Yeah, explicit.
Explicit. Parental advisory.
Rated R.
Yeah.
Rated R.
This is not rated E for everyone. I don't think.
These hands
No.
are. I had to. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Perfect
no.
timing.
Definitely not rated E for everyone. But, I mean, if you're a bride or will be a bride or were a bride or want to be a bride.
Or just
Love weddings.
want to hear some people talk about some random stuff.
Yeah, this is probably the show for them. Because like you said, heavy on the end stuff. Yeah, so what y'all had going on this weekend? I'm exhausted.
I am too. I had such a busy weekend. I started with a wedding Friday night. It was also my cousin's wedding. So I got to video and be a guest. So
Okay.
once...
Did you see her videos from this wedding?
No, I
like,
didn't get a chance to.
Not her professional video that she did. Like her, I don't know where I saw it, but I was so thrown off for a minute because you might have posted a reel or a story or something.
I did.
And I was like, no, that's not what it was.
Oh.
Rewind, backtrack. I know. Did you see Kristen Setatal's Snapchat? Are you friends with her? You got to be friends with her.
Yeah,
on Snapchat.
but I didn't see
Okay,
it.
she posted a snap, a bunch of snaps, and
Of the wedding?
That was the
Yes.
wedding Peanut was dancing at.
yes, okay,
My cousin Natalie?
yes, you were in it
With my
And I'm like,
video-
who's the videographer? I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is Beth, but like, I never saw your face.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who was videoing the wedding. And then the next thing I saw was the same person that was like obviously the videographer was dancing through like the circle. And I was like, maybe that was Beth. I don't know. But so obviously
That wasn't me.
that was obviously the wedding you were at. Because it was the exact
That was me. Yeah, me and my cousin, Kaylin, shout out to Kaylin. We, I was done videoing for the night. We kind of went a little crazy and just every song the DJ played, we got up and danced.
Yeah.
And I somehow always ended up in the middle of the circle.
That's the best
Unintentionally, though.
Yeah, no, those are the fun ones whenever you put the camera down and you just become part of the party.
You know what else I did? I got my cousin to take my camera to video the bouquet toss so I could be in the bouquet toss, and I caught the bouquet.
No, I love
It's
that.
all on
That
video.
is- wait, you had a clean sweep at Abby Alamo's
I sure
wedding.
did.
You pulled the ring?
I pulled the ring and I caught the bouquet.
Yes, she had a clean sweep.
And I'm still not married.
I was about to say, I hear
Shout
wedding
out,
bells.
Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Kobe. Yeah, no, you definitely had a clean sweep at Abby's wedding.
I sure did.
For sure.
I ate that up.
You did.
Sure did.
And you were pumped about it. I still remember that.
I think she low-key intended to throw it to me.
Who, Natalie?
Abby. Be-
Gotcha.
But, I mean, there was no one else stood a chance, honestly.
That's hilarious. No.
And I did the most weirdest thing after I caught it. I went like, let's go! And
At
like I
Abby's
made
wedding.
it this whole, like I just made a touchdown. It was, I looked back at the video and I was like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that was a little extra.
I was so excited though. Because I hadn't caught the bouquet as like an adult.
Me either. I was in
And-
4th grade the last time and only time
Yeah.
I caught a bouquet at a wedding.
so
I didn't catch it at my sister's
explains
either.
a lot.
Yeah. Probably explains a lot for me, too.
Hey, it's okay.
She caught it, and we're all still here, so it's
Yeah,
good.
we're all in the same boat.
Yeah. Which is,
Well,
hopefully we can all start paddling in the same direction so we can get somewhere.
Yeah.
In the same boat. Yeah. So you had
Totally.
Natalie's wedding, and that was at, where was that?
that was at Cypress Columns in Gray. It was beautiful. I've never
Heard
been.
good things.
I don't think I've ever been there. It's beautiful over there.
It's an older venue, but it is.
It's
I've done a couple
beautiful.
weddings there.
I've
Yeah.
heard good things.
We
It's
did.
pretty.
The only thing was the mosquitoes attacked us. They did the ceremony outside. It's like a 15-minute ceremony, and we were all like, you could probably hear me behind the camera going, like blowing the mosquitoes, and everyone was looking at me. I was like, you know what?
No, you fought mosquitoes. I fought gnats all day yesterday. The gnats were
Ugh.
terrible when I was shooting sessions. It was
The
they
minis,
were terrible.
they were.
Yes.
The
I
little
was like-
girls we were
I was like,
shooting, they were
"Swat."
like, "Oh my God, it's everywhere." I'm like, "I'm
Well,
sorry."
But there we were right on the cane field yesterday.
Oh, y'all went by the cane field.
Well, that house is just right by the cane field.
Yeah.
So there was no avoiding it. And then in the other lot where we do some of our mini sessions, that is right by a cane field. So we're fighting gnats there too. But I fought gnats all day yesterday, and it was literally like, okay, everybody SWAT and then pose 1, 2, 3, snap. Like it was
Ugh.
you fought mosquitoes, we fought gnats. It was crazy.
Like I thought I was gonna leave with West Nile. I swear to God, I was like,
it was bad.
I mean, and I don't want to like do this while I'm videoing, because then it's gonna be horrible. So I just sucked it up. So Natalie, just know I suffered for your footage.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That would have made a good beat in the background.
I saw a bunch
It
of
was.
Snapchats. There was a bunch of people that I like knew at that wedding, and it looked like it
so
was
much
a
fun.
fun wedding.
It was so
looked
much
like
fun.
it was a good wedding.
We danced till the last minute. It was awesome.
Yeah, those are the good ones. And then Sadie, what you did this weekend?
We had a mini on Saturday, and then we went to the LSU game. And we went to Victory Hills. First time I've ever seen that.
Okay, did y'all stay for the whole game?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, because I mean it was like what 48-0 in the first half.
Who won?
First quarter. Are you
LSU.
serious? They played Army yesterday.
Oh,
like it was their homecoming.
I didn't watch.
Yeah.
They won
No,
like
I didn't watch either, and I was there.
60.
Well,
Thank you, neutral.
yes.
See, well, maybe we are rated E for everyone because we are a wedding podcast and we're talking about football right now. So,
Hey.
like, maybe we are rated E for everyone. No,
Yeah, football's not for me.
I watched the zero football yesterday, which, I mean, I'm not sad about.
Didn't y'all have homecoming? They didn't have a game? Oh, that was
Oh,
Friday.
I watched I watched high school football Friday.
Gotcha.
I was at the game Friday night, but I mean, I've been in homecoming hell for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Between the last 2 homecomings over the last 2 weeks, I've been in homecoming hell, which
Yeah.
I'm just exhausted.
I had to relieve her last weekend so she could run back to Napoleonville to shoot
Yeah.
other kids for homecoming.
Yeah, I had
was at the LSU game again. Sorry, guys.
No, I had sophomores and seniors last week, and then I just had sophomores this week. But it's not just that. Like, my yard has toilet paper in it right now. We got rolled. The kids went rolling 2 or 3 nights last week.
Oh, man, to go rolling
It was
again.
like we barely saw him because it was football practice, this dinner, this practice, this event, pep rally, the rolling escapades. Like it was a busy week, and it was like we stay up pretty late, but because he was out a little bit more
You
than
weren't-
normal,
yeah.
we were up a little bit later, and like Michael was kind of watching to see if we were gonna have bandits, toilet paper bandits again, which we wouldn't have cared. Like we would have been fine. Carter said I couldn't be trusted because if I caught him rolling, I was probably gonna go out and help him, and he's not entirely wrong.
No, I would.
I would have.
See, we didn't roll.
No,
In
like
high school.
I didn't think Edie White did.
We
and
don't.
they-
Yeah, that's weird that they came and rolled.
Oh baby, they went all out, and I'm loving it. Like I'm so glad that they are making this a tradition, and the parents are so awesome
Well,
about
we
it.
couldn't do it because I guess in the past it had gotten out of hand maybe years ago, but that was not a thing. I wish it was, but like all my Assumption friends did it every year.
Yeah, no,
You
it
know?
was awesome. But I mean, my yard was maybe a D+ at best.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even try to get to the top of my oak trees, and I'm like, ugh, amateurs. That's what I said, amateurs. But we didn't clean it all up because I told them, I was like, the second you clean it up, they're coming back.
Yeah.
So we kind of like purposely left it a mess. We just kind of like picked up everything so it didn't go into the neighbor's yard and stuff. But yeah, it's just been an exhausting 2 weeks. It really has. But I'm glad it's over. And then,
Here we are.
yeah.
Yep, this is it.
Yeah. So now I'll be able to get my life back and my house back, and I'll just get back on a like decent schedule because this has just been insane. Yeah. I mean, I feel like my plate is always full, but I don't know. I love it. So I just do it and I don't sleep and my body hurts, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. It was kind of like, okay, am I going to do this? Am I not going to do this? Am I going to keep doing this? And then, yeah. But
Here we are. How many years later?
8. I was thinking about that the other day. I have been behind a camera for 8 years.
It's a long
It
time.
seems like a lifetime ago, but my life was so different 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole reason why I even got into this was because I was poor. And I wanted pictures. I'm serious. Like, I wanted pictures of my kids. I mean, I'm still kind of poor.
I hate to say that though. Like, I'm not doing it because. I mean, that's a plus, but like, we enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
No, like, I didn't start taking pictures for money because I was poor. I
Couldn't afford pictures.
I couldn't afford pictures of my kids, so I.
Oh, can't relate. I'm just in the trenches.
It was. Lily and Lola might have been like 2, and it was a very conscious effort for me to get photos of them taken. Like, it was, okay, I'm going to save money so I can have fall photos. Like, I'm going to start saving money in April so I could have fall photos of my girls. And it was kind of like that. And then things happened and like the saving never happened, or I didn't have pictures, and I look back and I don't have any pictures of them when they were little tiny teeny babies, like professionally taken. I have tons on my phone. But so I financed a Nikon, and it had 2 kit lenses, and I started taking pictures of my girls and of my sister's kids, and I started out doing a lot of kids and families and babies, and just kind of like, hey, just give me a chance. You know, I was very, very low budget because it was a hobby, and I'm a firm believer, I always have been, in turning a hobby into a hustle. And so it kind of started as a hobby, and like, let me take pictures of your kids. I need models, blah, blah, whatever. And then that was like from 2015 to 2018. I kind of did that. And then like I did a couple seniors and whatever. And then randomly in 2018 or 19, 2018, I think it was, I got a phone call from Lacey Ellis. Shout out to my girl Lacey, who I love. She's killing it right now too. So Lacey called me randomly and she was like, hey, I need a solid second shooter. I have a friend. It's really just a body behind a camera. I need somebody who actually knows their way around a camera, who has experience, who can like, somebody that I don't have to like go and adjust the settings for to click. Like, you know, kind of like the basics. I thought I knew a lot, but then I didn't. So that was my beginning into Southern Clique and my beginning into weddings. And then Lacey and I shot, oh my God, so many weddings together, like before COVID. And then with COVID happening and just the whole industry kind of changing and the way I think everybody in the wedding industry operated, we kind of just made some decisions to make some changes and kind of, I say go our separate ways, but like Lacey and I are still friends. Like,
it doesn't mean that you can't be friends with someone anymore.
Right.
It's
like,
just a business decision.
It wasn't like I'm done with you, I can't stay. It wasn't that at all. It was just, we had to do what needed to be done for the business, for, you know, and Tiffany was involved, and Tiffany is she's a veteran. I mean, she's a veteran in this industry, and, you know, things were happening in her family, and her family was changing, so she had to step away, and I was like, well, I'll just take it over. And then I needed a second shooter, and I had tried out a couple people, and it just didn't work out. And I found Sadie randomly, which Sadie and I are cousins. So like, it's not like I didn't know who Sadie was. We worked at the Darien together for years.
Love the good
oh my God, I
Darien.
was like their big sister over
Yes,
there.
you
But
were.
like, tell Beth how I found you.
So going back to when we were poor and needed some side cash, I terribly suck at cleaning houses. You should see mine. It's terrible. But I was like, I can clean somebody else's house. Let me just ask if anybody needs a house cleaned or two. And Kaylee just messaged me. She might even called me and be like, do you really want to clean houses? And I was like, no. She's like, I need a second shooter. Can you help me? And I was like, I mean, I've watched Chelsea, Cambry's nanny, take pictures. Like, I mean, I can try. And I did my first wedding a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. And she did okay her first go around because she's still with us.
Still here.
Yeah. Okay, but Beth, I need to know your story because I feel like
It's random. I do so many things.
I know, like,
It's
you
like
had the
you-
jewelry,
yeah.
you had the
Jane of
thing,
all trades.
like, yes.
I think I'm just the kind of person that I'm not gonna say I can't do something unless I try it at least once. I was always the one editing everyone's videos and stuff for our English projects in high school, and when my little brother and cousins got to that age, I would do all their stuff, and I loved sitting there and editing and doing different things, getting different shots. I like being in full creative control of what I'm doing.
Right.
And with videography, I'm all into the editing and stuff, so it was always something I was interested in since I was 14, I think, 13. And then I did my cousin's wedding for her. I just did a little getting ready and then walking down the aisle just because she wanted something. She didn't get a videographer. Posted it to Facebook, and then from there, I
Blew up.
yeah, I just got in touch. Alexis Landry messaged
that's
me.
how we connected.
She wanted me to do her wedding, and then I was, oh my God, I was so relieved that it was Kaylee photographing it and Sadie, because it was my first wedding, and I was like, I'm not gonna know anyone. Everyone's gonna not take me seriously, but you took me seriously, and I appreciated that. And you knew that this wasn't something I was doing.
Right.
And we just took a little dinner break to eat in one of the rooms in the house, and we just got to talking.
Coldest room in the house.
It was
too.
freezing.
It was the nicest room in the house because I looked like the Loch Ness monster. At that
Yes, it was a hot wedding.
I wore a tight dress.
I wore like
Not a tight dress, but like a fitted dress to video. And I'm like, I'm never doing this again. Actually, you told me, you were like, you will never dress like that for a wedding ever again.
Yeah, no. Like,
comfort over looks. I learned that the hard way.
it
too.
always happens. Like, well, my theory is I'm always cute from the knees up because whatever's on my feet is going to be for comfort, which I'm just going to put this out here into the universe. If anybody in the wedding industry, videographers, photographers, or anybody who's just on their feet like 8 hours at a time, can you please send me good shoe recommendations?
Yes.
Because my back cannot take it.
Oh my
My
God, that
wrist,
was what I
my
wanted to
back.
tell y'all too. So you know that I got a new little toy with my
How
video
did that
camera.
work?
It was awesome. I got a stabilizer for my camera. So basically it's a square with handles on the sides, and you put your camera in, and it just stabilizes so you're not shaky with the video. And
It helped. It
yes,
helped.
it
Like
did. Wait, why did I start talking about that though?
because we were talking about how.
Oh,
our
y'all,
backs-
my back is, that's bad.
It's perfect.
My back is so sore from just last weekend and this weekend, just holding the it's my, like, oh my
This
goodness.
is this.
But mine's like my lats almost.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, but like, I'm gonna have a ripped back by the time I'm done with.
Kaylee told me, she said, after your first wedding, I just want you to know it's gonna feel like you went partying all night and you did no partying. And I'm telling you, like day 2, I was like, all right, she's right.
The wedding hangover is real. Like, the wedding hangover is a real
And
thing.
you're not even partaking. You're just
Right.
You
No.
are.
You're just
but, like,
there.
you're not
Right.
partying. You work.
You're gonna feel like you have a hangover from hell and you never took a sip of alcohol.
Yes.
Like, and
Yes.
look, 8 years later, well, really not 8 with weddings, but 4 years later, I still have that. Like, I don't really plan anything for the day after a wedding.
No, yeah.
If I do, it's something very small.
And-
like, I need to recover.
Yo, and I messed up because this weekend I'd had a wedding Friday night to shoot, and then I had to wake up at 6 a.m. Saturday morning to go judge a singing competition in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like,
That
it
was rough. I'm sure
it was
that was
rough.
rough.
It was rough.
No, and then like on weekends when you have back-to-back weddings, oh my God, which happens all the time. But if anybody has good shoe recommendations, because I have tried boots, booties, Adidas, Asics, Nike, Under Armour, like I've tried it all. Golden Goose, off-brand little boutique shoes that are super light. I've tried sneakers, like I've tried everything.
Have
and
you
nothing
tried
works.
On Clouds?
I haven't tried On Clouds.
My on clouds hurt my feet.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people say that. Sorry.
No, you good.
I think it was just the ones I got because I got some knockoff on clouds on DHgate, and they were $27, and they are the most comfortable pair of shoes I've ever owned. But regular on clouds killed my feet when I was working in clinic for physical therapy.
Wow.
I don't know. And I've even tried, so like Tiffany had a theory too, where it worked for her, where she would start in boots with a small heel, and then you want quiet shoes for the ceremony, especially like if you're doing a church wedding. So she would switch to like a sneaker or a flat, like a ballet flat.
So it
or
would
a
make her
sneaker.
foot think that it's getting a break.
So, and then for reception, she would go either back to a booty or to like a full-blown tennis shoe. And she said her back never hurt. Because it's not my feet that hurt. It's my back. And I don't know if it's like the weight of my camera and like the position
Definitely.
that we're in.
That's exactly
so
why.
like that's why I switched to mirrorless, because the mirrorless camera is a lot lighter. And one of the reasons, many reasons
It's
why I
not
switched to
posture.
mirrorless. So yeah, I mean, I need good shoe recommendations, people, out in the world, because my back can't take it. And massage therapy is just too expensive. Because we are not sponsored by anyone or anything, we are going to go ahead and give a shout out. Yeah. If anyone is interested, give us a call. Anyways, we're going to give a shout out real quick to the Selfie Studio photo booth rental company.
Woohoo!
They are locally owned. They are locally owned.
So sorry, everyone.
And operated and service a lot of, the Baton Rouge, Thibodeau areas and everywhere in between. They're locally owned and operated. Like I said, give a call to our friend Emily Couch, who runs the Selfie Studio. It's a great photo booth for corporate events, birthday parties. I had it at the girls' birthday parties 2 years in a row. The kids love it.
It was at homecoming last weekend. I'm pretty sure.
Homecoming, yep, it was at the grad party last year. It's great for weddings. They have luxury backdrops. They have luxury photo props. So yeah, give her a shout on Facebook or Instagram if you're interested in renting it. She has some great packages for you guys. So Selfie Studio.
Get with Emily Couch.
Yeah. So every episode we are going to have confession, because our podcast is called Southern Clique Confessions. So every week we are going to basically hold confession. And so this week, my confession is my plate is overflowing. Yes, right now is the busiest time of the year for me, like work-wise. Like my 9-to-5 job, this is the busiest time of the year. The fourth quarter of the year always is busiest for us in the industry that I'm in. And then photography-wise, this is another of the busiest times of the year. So like wedding season is really busy, which is like the spring months. But the fall, like leading into Christmas, is super, super busy. So like my house is a mess. Like my eyebrows need to be done. I need to catch up on my Botox. Like I canceled a hair appointment. I rescheduled it. Like I just don't have time for those things. My house is a disaster right now. My kid, like, it's just a lot. I'll be living at my computer. And it's funny because I have like this cart. Y'all seen it, my little computer cart. And I have my big ass Mac on my cart, and I literally roll that thing all over my house. It allows me some freedom to be able to kind of just like still kind of hang out with the fam, but I'm still editing, or like still watch a movie and edit. So I take my little computer cart everywhere I go. So
You're managing your time well.
No,
Well,
not doing that.
Not quite, but like you're just
not managing my time.
multitasking.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
multitasking very well. I would not say that I'm managing
With
my
what
time
little
well.
time she has.
Yeah. So Sadie, what's your confession this week?
Well, kind of going into what you said, but my own confession, speaking of houses and disgusting, Josh has our Roomba, Helen, my friend.
Oh, Helen?
Yeah.
I like that.
She
Shout out to Helen. Or maybe not.
No, Helen is in the garbage now, unfortunately.
That's
What happened?
horrible.
What happened to Helen?
Helen decided that she'd find the biggest pile of dog poo on my floor. She drug it all around the house, and Josh was too disgusted to clean it. So I was out there in gloves up to my elbows and trying to get the poo out.
So you had skid marks basically all over your floor?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
And if you walk in there, Josh called me. I was at work, and he's like, "Oh my God, AC! You left AC in the house, and she pooed on the floor, and Helen got into it." And I was like, "No, Helen wouldn't do that."
Oh, but she did.
I know, and it's
Oh,
so
but
funny.
she did.
So Helen's in the trash.
It's so funny that y'all talk about the
Rip
room
Helen.
like it's a part of the family. Like Helen did it. Helen did it.
Well,
Helen's
my
a
mom-
bitch.
But yeah, I called my mom and said, "Hey, hers was like Night Rider or something. She named it." And I was like, "You still got Night Rider?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, great. Can I have it?"
Oh my God, I wouldn't want another one. What if the dog shits again on the floor and then it drags it?
Our plan for all of you other Roomba owners, set the timer, the time frame when you put it on. You can set the time that it runs. Only put it on when you're home. That way
yeah.
you know. We would put ours on while we're not there because the kids don't like the sound of it, even though it's not that bad. They turn it off.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, F them kids.
Yeah,
I don't have any kids.
And
so
Helen,
I'm
okay?
gonna stay out of this one.
Helen is now in the trash. Rip Helen.
Yeah.
That
What a
leaves us.
soldier. She was a warrior. She was just trying to do what she was told to do.
She was just
you
trying to
can't
make a
fault her.
living.
Well, mine is like unplugged over there, not
Yeah,
even
yours
charged.
is full of
because
dust, so we
Yeah,
see how much that
because
would
Can
cost.
I have it?
I know, right?
The canister is too small. Like, Michael gets on my ass all the time because I bitch about the dog hair, and he's like, we have a Roomba. And I said, yeah, with a canister this big.
Ours
And
is the same.
we have a lab. Like, I
Yeah,
have
I
to
wouldn't-
empty it every 30
right.
minutes. Like, it's pointless.
We
I
wanna
do
get
better
one.
with the broom.
We
Yeah.
want to get one, but we just haven't. I don't know why we haven't yet. It's the dog hair. I can't keep up with it.
No,
I
nobody can.
I can, but I refuse to. I'd be vacuuming 23 hours out of the day.
Every day.
Yeah.
I live
It's
with
ridiculous.
a broom in my hand.
Oh, a broom? No, vacuum.
I have,
I have both.
2
but-
dogs and 3 cats, so broom, vacuum, we got it all.
I have 1 dog and a boyfriend, so. Not that he's messy, but honestly,
Men.
I'm not gonna say nothing
Oh,
because
wait.
he can definitely come back and roast me.
Is this Beth's confession? No, what is your confession?
My confession is that kind of the same thing I think I've been. Okay, there's two sides to this story. I've been super busy to the point where like I feel like I can't spend time. I have to like schedule times to spend time with family and friends,
Yes.
which is fine.
Yes.
But I'm also at that age where like all my friends are getting older. We're graduating college, we're getting jobs, and I'm still in school. I have 6 classes this semester. I'm doing videos. I work like
Looking for an internship.
Yeah, so I just feel like I can't really keep up with doing schoolwork, and then I have to edit all kind of things, and now I'm gonna edit this,
Yeah.
which I'm excited about. But
God
I'm
for that.
I'm also really grateful. You know, I was kind of like in a drought. Like I wasn't really doing too much besides school and trying to work, and then this kind of gives me a balance. Like I can have a job where I have a little bit more freedom because this helps me financially.
And although
Right.
it's like time consuming and a strain on our backs and stuff, it's really just a really fun job.
It is. I
We
mean,
get to meet
it's once a
awesome
week,
people.
maybe twice if I'm lucky,
Yeah.
and I get to sit down and edit a video. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
For people like us who like to be in that creativity situation, then yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like a chore. It feels
Right, yeah.
Like I said, it's a hobby turned into a hustle.
And it's time consuming, and you're busy, but I'd rather be busy than stagnant. So
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're going to do these, like I said, we're going to do these confessions every week. So if you have some confessions of your own, if you have something that you want to get off your chest, if you have a wedding question, if you're planning a wedding and you have a question and you want to ask us, even if it's not photography or videography related, go ahead and send us a DM at Southern Clique with 2 N's. So it's Southern with 2 N's, Clique on Instagram, or just send us a Facebook message at Southern Clique on Facebook. That's it, ladies, for our first episode.
See you the next
We
one.
did it!
we'll see y'all next week.